What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with the weekly multiplayer podcast. If you're new to the show, we got oh shit. If you're new to the show, and stuff like that. You got six or seven hosts on the panel today. Everyone has their own individual brand, but we'll come together to give our opinions on. Hold on, I still got this shit going on in the back. Hold on, let me mute this. Here we go. Now I'm back with you. You know, we get to come together and give our opinions on said gaming. Same people, no one with no special guests today. Like I said, we're gonna hop right into it. There's a lot of things I want to cover today. Which you guys want to talk about first? We want to cover first. We want to hop onto the Nintendoswitch, the Xbox Scorpio being ahead of scheduling Microsoft's event yesterday. PlayStation VR with the eye herpes. Like, what do you guys want to cover first?
Talk about the eye herpes.
Oh, shit. That should be last, really.
Nah, because we don't want to dwell on that.
Microsoft event.
Come on. We can open up the show with a health lesson.
Give Microsoft a props of a great show yesterday.
Yes, indeed.
No, I didn't see the show. I didn't see the show.
It was a great show.
What did they show? Was it video games or what was it? What was it?
There was only a small portion centered on their Xbox device. Everything else was the new Windows 10 update that comes out in the spring. Then they showed a bunch of new services and new.
Did they show the beam, right?
They showed how the beam works. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What else? I didn't see it. Mac Killer.
Well, they also
they showed the old.
They showed Windows. They showed Windows VR.
They showed that, and every Windows 10 device will now have a VR headset that comes at $299.
Yeah.
They show how they're gonna add Dolby Atmos to Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do Xbox live streaming using that, using the Xbox app and the Xbox 10, the Windows 10 Creator app. They had all kind of stuff. It's like basically what they basically finna about to turn the Xbox into Windows 10, and they're gonna make sure it's integrated in every kind of way with every type of device that has a Windows 10 operating system on it.
Here's my question to you. Now just the VR, does that include the Xbox One versus VR that's coming out? Would it be work on that?
I think this is for more Windows.
It just says Windows right now is $300 just for Windows 10. It says it's going to run the same type of holographic platform like the HoloLens is going to be. I think the HoloLens is for Xbox, but it's going to be similar to the HoloLens, but strictly for PC. And I know right now they're working with all the major PC people like HP, Lenovo, Dell, all of them. They're trying to work with them right now about making headsets for them.
They did a lot of 3D printing too, like 3D images.
What about gaming? Is this for gaming anything?
Well, yeah, they did an arena thing, which was really cool. That's right up my alley, like where you can set up your own arena to where if you wanted to just say you wanted to have tournaments with Madden, 2K, any fighting game, just any game in particular, but more so for the people that like to play fighting games and stuff like that.
It seems like they kind of trying to integrate remember with the old generation from the beacon, you throw out, what you're doing and anybody can join it, that type of thing.
Yeah.
This is what the $300 headset?
Huh?
No, arena.
$300 headset. The arena thing they talking about. The arena thing they talking about is on Xbox, where you actually got where you create your own little party sections for tournaments up for different games. Yeah. That's Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the headset itself for the VR machine, it's basically more primarily for Windows, while they're still partnered with Oculus Rift for the Xbox. So I think what they're doing is that because Hewlett Packard is the ones that made these headsets, so it's another partnership, and it's got like capabilities, kind of like the Kinect, where it shows the full body scan and everything. It's really crazy. So, but the kicker is that
apps, or is this going to be for some gaming too?
No, this is for This is for gaming and apps. So this is primarily going to be like a cheaper version of VR that has more applications to it than like you would say the PlayStation VR, because dude took a shot at PlayStation VR without saying it, by saying you can use this for a cheaper price without having to buy extra unnecessary hardware to use it. You could use this on any Windows 10 platform. So that's
But how well will it be supported with games though?
well, if you're playing game, you can play games on your PC. So that's another part of it. It was basically showing that
Would it work with all PC games?
Well, yeah, but they said it was for PC. But I'm saying there's a ass load of VR games already on Steam.
right.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
them.
So and Windows. Don't forget about Windows 10 because Forza is going. I believe it was Forza that's going to be one of the games that goes on VR or something like that. So
Hold on, somebody got a
No way.
Somebody got some big ass nostrils in their mic, man. I'm just saying.
Hey, let's do it with that dog shit. I mean, all day with that. Like, hey, meet your mic, man. What the hell you got going on back there?
oh shit! Hey, last night I fucked up and said the jack off hour, so let's not have it tonight. Come on.
Yeah, all right. I'm sorry. I'm back with you.
You back?
I'm sorry. Hello?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can hear you now.
Okay. So basically, it was just that the VR machine is cheaper. It's got more features, but it's primarily for your PC. For Windows 10 app. So I don't know if it could hook up into your Xbox One S or your regular Xbox One Fat. I think that's more if you want to get the Oculus Rift. But this was just primarily for the Windows part. Also, they were showing a new tablet, which was the Surface Pro 4. That looked really cool. Where it flips like two different ways. Like normally you could take it off and then you could flip it one way, and then you can flip it backwards where you could actually write on it like it's paper. And then they showed, like, I thought the hottest thing at the show was this thing called the Microsoft Studio, and this was like it had.
That for?
What'd you say?
What's that for?
Kind of like graphic designers and shit.
Well, yeah, it's just for content, just anybody that wants to create anything. Like you could do 3D projects with it. You can like add video. It's a huge ass monitor, and it's got 63 times. It's 63 times more. Has more pixels than 4K. This monitor is like beast, man. You have to see it, and it like leans. It's real thin. Man, it's really sleek, and like it seems like all these things that they were showing was all in this metallic silver. So like everything that Microsoft is doing right now is being more slick. It's like the new Apple, actually. As a matter of fact, I read an article that it shows that Microsoft is being more innovative right now than Apple. That was on I forgot if it was Forbes or something like that, but it was crazy. So if you see the stuff that they was getting, it was awesome.
You know what I liked about that Surface Studio?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that not only was it a 28-inch, they went an extra inch above a normal, all-in-one, but they added 32 gigs of RAM. Who the hell puts that much RAM into a tablet screen, into an all-in-one? And they gave it 2 terabytes of storage. Got a ridiculous GeForce graphics card in it, and the fact that it's like, how everybody said, most tablets or computers that's that thin, they're only like an inch thick or 0.4 inches or this and that. This thing is 12.5 millimeters thick. Yeah, it's like thin. It's like thin as hell. Who makes an all-in-one that thin?
How much is
whatever?
$3,000.
Shit, they start at $3,000.
Oh, well, hell no.
No.
No, they're gonna sell. And they do.
No,
Apple all-in-ones cost that much.
It's
awesome.
Come
on, they gonna sell.
Man, yeah.
I don't think it's gonna sell. That's not gonna sell.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that thing is going to sell.
You don't live in America, bro.
Well,
Apple desktops cost that much. They sell all the time.
Yeah, but
that thing is going to
Apple.
sell.
That's
yeah, but
different.
that's Apple, man.
Different league.
Microsoft ain't Apple,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Only Apple.
Dude, the Surface is hot as fire. Trust me, it'll sell. If they'll spend $2,000 on a fucking Surface, they'll spend $3,000 on a desktop. That's 3 times the size.
Well, they lost. Apple lost. I mean, Microsoft lost $900 million on the Surface. One of the last.
Dude, the Surface is selling hot down here.
The Surface is the #1 selling tablet right now.
But see, what you got to think about it.
Yes.
The Surface has so many SKUs. The most expensive Surface is like $700.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
the most expensive
is $2,800.
Yeah. They were just showing the prices. They were showing the cheapest one was $700. Was
$7,000.
The cheapest one is $750. The most expensive one is $2,800.
Yeah, but Yeah,
$3,000
for a tablet? Nah, I'm good.
Yes.
I ain't got it.
I'm good.
A powerful ass tablet with a fucking 2 gigabyte graphics card in it, a video card in it.
I can dig, but what am I going to use with it? Honestly, a person. I'm not a graphics designer.
It'll run
I
Battlefield.
think that's overpriced. You know what I mean? I paid $2,700 for my iMac. I think that in itself is expensive, but it's expensive porn machine. I ain't got to worry about getting viruses. It's just for that, okay? But I'm not going to like more $3,000. Like, God, man, that's a lot of money.
You see that screen? That screen is absolutely amazing, man.
But
D
just into the building. D, you a tech person?
Yeah,
Is that gonna sell or not?
$1 billion on a Surface in 2014.
people don't trust Microsoft, man. I'm telling you.
This is
Man,
for.
D, is it gonna sell or not?
It's gonna sell. It's gonna sell like hotcakes. This is not for you and I. This is for the enthusiast. This is for the guy that likes his MacBook Pro and it's ultra thin and it's
Yeah,
like
I am an enthusiast. Everything I've got is Mac and shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything I've got is Mac.
Those users, they're going to be attracted to this device, as well as the creators, like artists, graphic designers.
Exactly. Just like me.
They got a lot of tools for it, and for them, they're looking, holy shit, I can do all of this stuff, all the convenience. Those guys, they got money to burn because they're making money. It's going to make them more productive. They're going to make more money. So for them, it's nothing. This is going to sell. I thought the same thing when the regular Surface Books were announced. I thought it wouldn't sell well because it was expensive. Those things sell like crazy, man. It's got its own market. Like, there's people out there that got money and they just want the best of the best. And this product is designed for them. So they're going after the top end MacBook Pro users, the people that have the iMacs at home with the ultra pixel density and whatnot. This screen is like the highest resolution screen ever created, period.
Yeah. And then what was slick?
Just for a second, D, like for iMac user, what would be the main draw of actually transferring all the stuff from iOS? Because if you say it's marketed to iOS users like myself and stuff, what's going to be the draw for me? Because for me to be able to use the Surface, I'm going to have to take my stuff from iOS over to Windows. So what is going to be the main draw? Because
first of all, Windows, there's nothing that iOS runs that Windows can't run, for starters. And number two,
Windows is more versatile, definitely more versatile, but it's not as easy to use and it's a lot more intrusive. Like, do you use OS, Mac?
Yeah, I use my MacBook for work, and to be completely honest with you, I would agree with you. Prior to like Windows 10, Windows 10 has streamlined everything. Everything is pretty much easy to do on Windows now. And I gotta say, like, for instance, content creators that are grading videos that are grading HDR, they can use this. They can use the new Surface to do that because it has DCI-P3 color coverage. There's not many monitors that do that, and the ones that do that cost a lot of money. Plus, they got that dial thing on there where they can,
I was just
make all these type of adjustments.
That shit was tight. It was like this little dial that you put on the screen, and you can adjust it to enhance it or to shrink it. And then the other sleek part of it was that it was the monitor, and then it's this little box, and the little box is actually like the tower, and it's real small, and it's only one wire, so it's not a lot of wires. Like I said, it's really damn sleek, man. If what I'm saying. Hey man, it's according to what my bonus is looking like at the end of the year, man. You know what? I can't do the $5,000 one, but I damn sure try to see if I can catch up on that $3,000 one.
And also too, the monitor is ultra thin too. So for like the tech guy, like, I'm not gonna buy it because my money's aside for something else right now. And to be honest with you, don't really need it for that. To be honest with you. You need it for that. They're gonna look at this thing and they're gonna be just mesmerized by the sexiness of it. And then by the pure specs of it.
I hear you, Dean. I hear you, but I'm looking at it now, though. I'm just saying $3,000.
It's not for you. It's not. It's not for the general. It's not for the general consumer. A MacBook Pro. You can get a MacBook Pro for the same price, $2,400, $3,000 too. It's for the people in that market, and for the people that it's targeting towards. It's a better solution for most of them over the Apple alternative. And if you don't want that super high tech one, they have other versions starting at like $799. So
okay, that's nice. But you know the Apple logo is like crap to people, you know. People
Yeah,
are just
exactly.
But
Exactly.
see, this is the thing that throws you off because it doesn't. It's kind of like Recore. How like Recore doesn't seem like it's a Microsoft game. These products that they were showing looked like they were more like they were Apple products. The way that they were so sleek. You know how like
yeah, it's called the Pair.
yeah, and everything was that metallic silver, and that's what I was over here saying last night on Xbox Nation was that I hope that the Scorpio itself will have that type of metallic silver look because
they're definitely going to go for that.
Because that guy that was
go for
talking about it, his designs are off the chain.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Oh shit,
Nigga. Listen, check it out though. That would be a way to quote unquote put the gaming industry on his head. If you're listening to Microsoft, I know that you are stealing my ideas. They come out with a platinum console or a silver instead of the traditional black or the white. Come out with like a silver metallic console for the Scorpio. That would be ill.
Hey man, hey, no lie. This dude, I swear, I was wondering if he was kin to Mooch because the way he was out there talking, he was spitting fire, man. That dude was slick. He was breaking it down, and he made the he designed, I think the Mac. I'm sorry. He designed the Microsoft Surface Pro 4, and he designed the Studio, and he's also designing the Scorpio. So everything that he showed was this metallic silver. It was sleek.
That would be sick.
I think that's the direction that they're going. I agree. If they do that, it's over.
But they've also got to think about the functionality because it's not just about making a console look good. They've got to think about things like overheating and cooling and stuff like that.
Microsoft ain't gonna never have that problem anymore after the Red.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have that problem, especially with going forward. The Xbox One, the way they designed it at the top with the open vent and with the big heat sink and the big fan there, like it's almost like the console is an open box. So I can't see them
talking about the Xbox One S.
No,
yeah,
look at this, man. The Xbox has been out 3 years. They ain't had that
I was about
issue.
to
So
say
people need to go on and let that red rig that shit fall off.
And as a tech, I get them in for repairs, and that is not. I haven't gotten in one Xbox One for a repair that has overheated. You know, the most common issue is with the launch ones is that the DVD player doesn't work.
Yep.
But to say the truth, the PS4, it overheats a lot. I get a lot of PS4s that overheat, and what ends up happening, it overheats so much is that the HDMI separates from the board, and then they end up having no video. So the PS4 definitely overheats. I'm not going to sit there and say it's a widespread problem, but it is one of its issues when it does break down. It's because it overheated.
Hey, can I ask a question, Dean?
Yeah,
did the PS3 have that problem?
The PS3 did overheat too. We called it the blue light of death.
Oh, there was a yellow light of death.
But does it separate the HDMI? Does it separate the HDMI from the motherboard so you can't see video?
It does it sometimes. Honestly, to tell you the PS3, I can't remember all the issues that it had, but it did overheat. But all the issues that I remember.
He's rotten.
And then the GPU would separate from the board, and then that's it. It was toast, and you'd have to either try to put the GPU back on the board, whatnot. But I don't think it really had the issue with the HDMI coming off the board. But I know the PS4, when it overheats, the HDMI tends to come off the board, and you have no video.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. We're talking about the Scorpio now. Spencer released a comment that the Scorpio is ahead of production or ahead of schedule. I'm there you go, ahead of schedule. So what do you think that means? Do you think we're going to get the Scorpio earlier than predicted, or or still going to come out next November, next holiday season?
No, I think they might move it up to like October. I think they're a couple months ahead, so I think they might, which is good because they have room to work with, right? So they have more time to optimize, see if they can get the clocks higher, all kinds of different stuff, which is a good thing. And I think this stems also too from AMD because AMD, this is another clue to tell you that they're using Vega. AMD, about, I would say maybe 6 weeks ago, said that they're way ahead with Vega and they made some great progress with their Vega GPU. So I think it's related. And I think it's a good thing. I think we might see it probably in October. And if we still see it in November, it just gives them more time to optimize it and to tweak it more. They're not like on the clock, so they can focus more and be more relaxed in doing it, not be so rushed. Oh my God, we got to get the clocks to this, we got to get to that. Everything is on par. So at the very worst, we know that it's not going to be delayed.
But you know what? They think too small, and they don't schedule their stuff correctly. I think what they should do with that thing, if it's that far ahead of time right now, they should finish. Let the people work on the system, get that ready, get them processed, get them ready to be shipped, and they need to get the games ready. Get the games like heavily ready.
Yeah, that's what I'm working
on. When
E3
comes next summer, when E3 comes, they need to have that whole show needs to be about 20% Xbox One S, and the rest of it needs to be about all Scorpio. And if they were smart, they would drop it during the summer when everybody's out of school. The money's there. Parents ain't worried about spending money on their kids outside of trips and stuff like that. Because when you start releasing stuff in October, November during the school season, nobody's thinking
crunch time.
Buy their
It's
kids. Traditionally, though, the summertime is not a really big time for the gaming industry.
Right.
A lot of the kids and the people they're out doing stuff. They're not really indoors in the summertime.
Tried it, but that's when you have the most money to blow.
All due respect, I think that would fail because people are outside. They're doing other stuff. They're not worried about gaming, and they're on vacations. The industry has reflected that for years and years and years because we hardly get any games in the summertime. I think if anything, they should maybe move it up to September or something. So that they can cut into the pro sales.
What you just said, you said we don't get any games in the summer. But if you launch in a system with a shitload of games, you getting games during the summer.
You know what it is though, honestly too, on why they're gonna do it the holiday season because we don't have any quote unquote any games really in the summertime, and that's just really the industry. Besides Madden. Madden comes at the end of August.
Oh yeah, Madden comes out in August. That'd be a good. See, they don't think outside the box.
I get what B Shadow is saying though, because
I know, but
you got to do out of the ordinary releasing a second console in less than a year.
No, but we know
I think if anything, I think if anything, what they really need to change all of them is that from January until at least May, they need to release a lot more games instead of releasing everything in October to November. Because you know what, January, February, we usually have nothing to play. And if some of those games like, well, maybe Titanfall might do well because it's got good reviews. We'll see. But like some of these games are going to get lost in the mix this holiday season because there's so many of them. And if some of these games were moved to like January and February, they would sell tremendously more because there's nothing to play at that time. People would be
that's what Sony.
In them.
That's what Sony makes. I think that's why I like Sony's strategy with what they do with their exclusives, their big exclusives. They send it in the first part of the first quarter. They don't want to compete with the big boys down there. And not saying that PlayStation don't have big games, but I'm saying they don't want to compete with the big boys with everything down the line. That's why Tomb Raider suffered because I thought that they should have brought. That because you had at that time you had Fallout 4 and you had Fallout 4, the big one. And you had another game I can't think of it right off the bat right now that came out all in November, and they should have at least pushed Tomb Raider in December where it was the only thing that they had to compete with was
that wasn't Microsoft. That was Square Enix with that shit.
That's Square Enix with that weird ass.
Regardless of whatever, I mean,
you're talking about Battlefront, K-Mega?
Yeah, Battlefront, and then the only game that they could have had in competition with in December was Siege was Siege. I can't
Rainbow Six.
Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege. So and Tomb Raider would have sold like hotcakes then. Now Microsoft is trying to implement that because we got Quantum Break and then we also got Killer Instinct in the first quarter, and Quantum Break I guess didn't do very well, but but Killer Instinct did well. So if you know what I'm saying, I think, and I always said this, if it would be smart if they would move Forza instead of September and move it to like July, because that is a perfect time because you have no competition whatsoever. Is you bring it out in July, you have August, and then you have September. That gives people plenty of time to play the game.
I think they should with either the Halo,
and that's also driving season as well.
I mean, this coming spring, you'll have Halo Wars 2 and Sea of Thieves before June, so you'll have at least two of them in that
And
that
Scalebound's
season.
supposed to be in February as well. So
I think Scalebound's going to get delayed until when the Scorpio comes out. I really do.
Oh, man.
But what I was saying,
I think so.
About the quote unquote the Scorpio. The summertime. I think the Dreamcast released in the summertime or something like that around the early.
No, it was September 9th.
Well, September, whatever. I remember it not being cold out. You know what I mean? Not as far as like November. But I think again, a lot of these companies do that because as far as launching their consoles around the holidays, because you have the Multiplats there. You know what I mean? There's not going to be many quote unquote first party games exclusives. And this is something new from both Microsoft and Sony. They're launching new hardware, or quote unquote, with no exclusive software for it to push it. So they're going to have to rely heavily on the, quote unquote, the multiplats. Microsoft also too, whether it's Call of Duty or whatever's out during that time next year. You know what I mean? And so that we got the best version, the 4K or how they're going to play it and angle it. You know what I mean? And I think too, like I said, more as far as with people, as far as put layaway and putting shit on shelf, for their kids for Christmas. A lot of that stuff, like a lot of motherfuckers ain't spending no money in the summertime on console, especially in the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people in the summertime, if they do have the money, they're on vacation. Then people save their money for Black Friday and for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, because they all know that they got to come off some bread, just for food,
summertime
whatever.
is when I make my money. That's actually when I actually gain money. I don't lose money.
Exactly.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? I understand it's a smart move, Shadows, but the fact of it is that, people tend to be more bullish at that time instead of they go out and they try to, because everybody knows they're going to spend at the end of the year. That's why everything is pushed now. I mean, look at what what PlayStation is doing with the Pro. They're bringing it out in November. You know what I'm saying? So people are starting to get ready for Black Friday and Cyber Friday or Cyber Monday.
Speaking of the Pro,
I must be a rarity because during the summertime, that's when I drive around to different states and different cities.
You drive around killing hookers in the summertime.
GTA style.
I'll be trying to find every rare game that I can and try to locate it during the summer. When I know people are trading in a lot of shit, they trying to get rid of stuff. So I can finally find the older games I need.
Right.
And plus, I do buy my consoles during the summer because that's the time you get, like I said, the most trade-ins. You can get that, that guy that's trying to go to GameStop trading in for like $150. I walk his ass in the parking lot, give him $150 and go to the crib. Instead of paying $400 for that system, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, people. That's the best time to do it because it's going to be busy during the summer. Stores are busy because the kids are out of school and stuff like that, and everybody ain't taking no fucking vacation because everybody still works. Unless you got a 9-to-5 job, get paid $80,000 a year, you ain't taking no vacation. You still working throughout your summer.
Well, no shit. If I want to take off for the summer, I can. If I want to take off for the summer, I can. I got plenty of hours when to take off. It's just that in the summertime, for me, for my job, what I do, shit, that's where we making the most cake. So I got to be out there. I mean, but if I want to take off, I can. I mean, if
I'm the same way. My job is busier during the summer, so I'm always at work. I got like 200 hours of vacation I would never take.
I get jealous when the motherfuckers out there be showing pictures on Facebook. They're out there in Jamaica and shit. Like, goddamn, I'm out here slave. I had to be
bitch ass nigga in Hawaii.
12 a.m. Right. What the hell? They over here
be on Instagram.
Fucking
Instagram smiling and shit you at work.
Hawaii.
Can't make out. Wish you were here, man. I got this mojito. You want some?
Oh,
man.
You bastard. I'm over here.
What color do y'all actually think they should launch that system at day one?
Wait, hold on. Hold on, my man. I gotta adjust a couple guys in the comment section. Hold up. NFZ 4K. He said 4K is a nice gimmick like DX12 in the cloud. Most people that ain't nothing gimmicky about 4K
or DirectX 12. Look, he was over here talking shit about Tim Dog not playing no games. Obviously, this dude don't know how to play. They ain't playing no games because if you play Gears or if you play Battlefield, the DirectX 12, that secret sauce, that shit is ridiculous.
Yeah.
When you see that shit break up and fly off, that shit is amazing.
All those damn particle effects, man.
And you know that DX12 is doing its job because Before we got most of our in that Frostbite engine, we got most of our games at 720p, and the PS4 had it at 900p. Now that we got DX12 in full effect on Xbox One and the Xbox One S, because let's be honest here, this is not on the PS4. You see that it's pretty much up to par, and it has less. The Xbox One does have less power than the PS4, yet it's pretty much up to par with the PS4 because it's running at 900p. Sometimes it does drop a little bit lower, but it runs at 900p. And on top of that, it has Digital Foundry did it yesterday. It has the higher frames per second in the single player, and it has the higher frames per second in the multiplayer. And in the multiplayer, it has the highest frames per second by a lot, by like 20 frames per second.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that nigga's still gaming on the GBA, bro. Don't worry about what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Mom,
no,
can I borrow your light? Got that light for your book? I want to put on top of my Game Boy.
Yeah. Speaking of the GBA game, which I guess the Game Boy Advance, right?
Oh, here comes this hate. Man, here comes this hate. The screws that stole motherfucking Nintendo's Christmas.
He said Nintendo said I was abused and child, scared to smile. They called me ugly. All jokes aside, now listen. I want to say this. And if I sound passionate about this topic, because again, I was really riding for Nintendo. I just said, you know what? They can't afford another dud. They got to hit it out of the park. You know what I mean? They can't come with another gimmick. And I say, hey, you know what? I remember we arguing with Tim and all of them on BGST. This is very telling me that I'm wrong when it comes to something like that. Listen, they got to bring it. They got to bring the heat. They can't afford another gimmick. They've been in business for over 100 years. I gave Nintendo the benefit of the doubt. And listen, and then from the commercial, I was pleased with what I saw. I did a video, my impression videos. So you know this is not coming from a bad place. I was all aboard. I won't say the Switch hype train. I still had my questions, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. So, and then little information started coming out little by little. What kind of seemed red bells or flags up with me when Nintendo was like, you know, the games that they showed, it's not going to be an indicative of what we're going to get as far as the Switch. You know what I mean? I said, what do they mean by, you know, was it a vertical splice? Or, you know, did they give us the PC version of the game? You know, and then you had Bethesda come out and said, Skyrim is not, basically it's not etched in stone that Skyrim is coming out for the Switch. And then 2K said the same damn thing. I'm like, yo, what the hell? What the hell's going on here? So we were all under the impression that it didn't look that good graphically when you had it in handheld mode, but when you hooked it up to the television, it looked like, you know, close to a console, what we have now, upscaled or whatever the case may be. And then, you know, some more information came out. You know, IGN ran the article, The Verge picked it up, and somebody just pointed, like you said, pointed my head in the right direction. So I got the video yesterday, but the docking station is nothing but a fancy HDMI hub to put it on your television. That's it. So there's no extra juice within the stand. The console, the tablet is the actual console. So I got this scratch on my head, and I see crap over here with his shit, with his propaganda. Fuck you, crap. Talking about third parties are leaving Sony to make games. And again, I want to say this. I'm not saying that the Switch is not going to have third-party support. The Wii had third-party support. But again, games that are graphically demanding, like you ever had the creator from Mass Effect. They're not getting Mass Effect Andromeda. You know what I mean? Those graphically demanding games. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That they're not going to get again with, you know, most of the Red Deads, the you understand what, you know, I said it's going to become a problem, and you guys can wait. Maybe you guys still be on board when developers have to go out of their way to shoehorn their games into your. That's going to become a problem. You're more going to get shovelware. Not saying they're not going to get Madden, but they're not going to get the same Madden that where you know.
It depends on how well it sells and stuff. Because with the first Wii and stuff like that, developers didn't mind shoehorning their games on.
Oh, I'm not negating that. That's not my statement. What I'm saying is that it's going to be the short bus version is what I'm saying.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
That shit needs to be cheap as fuck. That's what I'm saying. That shit.
But I never grabbed the Nintendo system to play third party. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Oh,
I want to hear everybody's opinion on something.
Yeah, I
want to hear everybody's opinion on something. My friend that works for Nintendo, I asked her the other day because she asked me, did I see the trailer on the NX? I mean, not the NX. Well, the whatever, the Switch. And I told her, yeah, I saw it. And I told her I was very excited. And I told her when I saw the Mario video, that really got me crunk, especially when they made him do the little triple flips like he did in Mario 64. I said I was really happy about that. And I said, but I was disappointed when Bethesda called them out about, Skyrim not really being on there and Nintendo finally coming out saying the stuff was fake. And when I said that, and she goes, well, you know why? And she said, you know why they did that? I said, why is that? She said, because they got tired of people always bitching about Nintendo and their graphics.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. And she said it just like that without even a hitch in her voice. And I was like,
no.
Really?
I also, like I said, I have a friend, well, people still don't believe it, but I have a friend that works at a company. And he said, that's the one that pointed my head to go. I don't ever fucking go. I don't damn sure to go to IGN. But anyway, I spoke to him yesterday, early in the day, and he said the reason why they did that was because mobile games don't show well on television. You know what I mean? And he said that basically, you know what I mean, that the Nintendoswitch is the successor to the 3DS, more or less. But Nintendo didn't want to get shit for quote unquote leaving the console market. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I guess the writing to be on the wall, with the money they made from from Pokemon Go, and Mario's going to be on iOS. This is the direction that Nintendo is going in. So when we all were praising Nintendo for combining the handheld market, companies with the console company, and and they're all going to be pulling together. And now this is what they're going to do, is using the goddamn cell phone GPU, basically. You know what I mean? So to think that you're going to get these big AAA graphically demanding games on this handheld device it's not practical. So at the end of the day, people will just wait to.
In a way, sorry to interrupt you, B, but in a way it makes sense because we've already got these boxes. We've already got 2 boxes in our houses. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking,
I don't understand that. What do you guys mean by it? I don't like ugly women. I don't. You just like saying, it's okay for the. What the fuck is that theory right there?
I agree with MVP. I agree.
I don't like ugly looking games.
Okay, look. We got. No, MVP finish because I know you're gonna probably say
because basically we've already got 2 boxes in our room. Do you know what I'm saying? And if we've got the S and we're getting a Pro as well, that's gonna be another box. And if we're getting a Scorpio, that's gonna be another box.
Okay.
So
Nintendo,
I'm just talking about like the actual box and stuff. So for Nintendo to kind of flip the concept like the way they have, it kind of does make sense for them to go this way. It's just that I really wish they put more power in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like having
what do you mean by that? Because even with that, and I'm just trying to see where you're going with so far as because that's not nothing new that what they're doing. It's a gimmick. Here's the gimmick. You don't need a stand or a station to put something mobile on your TV. I do it with my phones and my iPad all the day. Just touch the screen and share with the goddamn screen. So
this is what you're missing, next gen. And this is what you're missing. Okay, MVP hit it right, and me and Crap was telling you the same thing on BGST. Okay, the graphical thing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like for me as being a consumer, right? I haven't had a Nintendo product in my home since the GameCube. It's time for me I want to get back into the world of Mario, Donkey Kong, not so much Yoshi and Kirby, but hold on, let me finish this. But the one thing that's been demanded by so many Nintendo diehards is that they would love to play their Pokemon games and their Monster Hunters and all of that shit that's on the that's on their the handhelds on TV. So
they don't have a device for that?
That's the perfect world for them. Look, if you got a 1080p LED television, or if you got a 4K television, that's just gonna upscale. It might not look fantastic to the point of where it's popping like with the Pro or the Scorpio, but it's gonna do wonders for the people that just want to sit there and play their actual portable games at home. That's the selling point.
Listen here. I want to be, and in all respect, you can hook your 3DS up to the TV, so that's not nothing new. I'm trying to see where you guys are going.
Yeah, but the 3DS graphics are garbage.
They're shit. They're shit.
I think the NX. To be honest with you, the Switch they're using the new Tegra 2. The first Tegra 2 could run games better. Sorry, the first Tegra chip that they had in their previous Shield could run Xbox 360 games much better at like 1080p with like 60 frames per second. Digital Foundry did a whole thing on it. They were actually kind of surprised. Some of the games ran a lot better on it. Now they're using the newest generation of that chip, and they're using the CUDA cores. They're using NVIDIA's architecture. NVIDIA knows how to do compression really well. I think it's just going to be a little bit under Xbox One type graphics. I don't think it's going to be on par.
But
I
you
think
know what's going to fuck it up?
No.
The storage media of the actual games.
There's
and
no
stuff
hard
like that.
drive.
The only thing that's gonna fuck up this
that's
console.
a huge games because I'm looking like what 32 gigs.
No, but they got the
Now,
flash
if
cards.
it's-
Now I'm
if
talking about the
it's-
flash cards.
Listen, if it's expandable memory, then that's good. You know what I mean? The
You
battery
can't
life
have
is
the-
going to be the issue.
It
I'm
also
talking
depends
about-
on how much
no,
space
no,
each
no, no.
game
I'm talking about-
takes
Right.
up.
I'm talking about the fact that the games come on little dinky cards rather than
Right.
Blu-rays.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying? Like we can get away with having like a lot of storage on games like now because they
What about
come with
update?
very big.
Listen. What about update? Right?
Wi-Fi.
Because let me say this here because no one is addressing the elephant in the room, right? And everyone says that it's for Nintendo IPs. The Wii U had Nintendo IPs and sold like shit. Okay, let's be clear. This had the Pokemon. You could play that on your screen. They just had that. They could play these games on their screen. They had all these games. The reason why the Wii U sold like shit because it was underpowered. Okay.
No, it was expensive and it was confusing.
I bought up
talking about
They had no games
right?
as well.
Yeah,
they had
Keep on
no
talking
games.
about the updates. How often does a Mario game need an update? They come out solid.
They don't.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
don't need updates.
Yeah.
They
And the
don't-
update for Mario Kart
Nintendo
8
is
was
king in
fire
making
as well.
games.
Just
Their
fucking
games are top notch. Their systems are top notch, regardless of how bad they may have been. Their systems don't break. I mean, hell, just look at the NES. I could blow the dust off that motherfucker. Blow some dust in the cartridge, put that shit in, and it will boot up and play. Yeah, it's ready to go.
I don't know where you got your NES from. That NES was dog shit.
Look at that. I'm just a hater. Leave Nintendo alone, man. Nintendo don't want the competition. So
But
what?
but Nintendo's going after their own clients, though, because Nintendo owns the handheld gaming market. They own it. There's nobody even close in it. So if they can offer a device like that, the price is the most important thing. It has to be priced cheap. If they can come out with this and where you can take off the sides and you can play with your friends, like out in the public and at the park or whatever, and then when you go home you can put it in the dock and it has comparable graphics to like the Xbox One, like comparable. I think it'll do okay.
It doesn't have
150.
Listen, it doesn't have.
I don't know if I would say it doesn't have comparable, to be honest with you, because it's running.
I'll give you an example.
It's running a new Tegra.
It can run Frostbite 3.0. You're not getting the massive.
Yeah, so it's not gonna run. It's not gonna run that game. It'll be able to run.
It's not even close.
It'll be able
It's
to.
not comparable.
No, I don't
It's
think
not.
so. I don't think so. To be honest, I don't disagree.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you like this. Don't bet against black. Like I tell crap in it.
I'm gonna say this right here. I think the system. I think the system is going to be 1 teraflops. I think it's going to be a 1 teraflop system.
I don't care about it being 1 teraflop. If that console was compared with Xbox One, listen what you're saying. Did you hear what B Shadows just said? They're tired of people complaining about their graphics. If it was comparable to the Xbox One, they would have showed their own games.
B Shadows is a Grinch too.
No, but
B Shadows hate Nintendo too.
Grinch, really?
You hate Nintendo too. Don't do it. Don't do it.
They did show Nintendo.
How do I hate it?
Mario did look good.
You do not like Nintendo's policies. You do not like Nintendo's policies. And
the Mario looked good.
Listen, nothing that they
I think the Wii U was trash.
real.
Right.
Yeah,
the
but
Mario
next gen,
was,
you
that's
hate
their own game.
Mario, bro. So
That's their own game. So,
you hate Mario.
we can say the rest about the rest, but the Mario, like I should tell you, the Mario looked solid. The lighting looked good. It looked solid. And if okay, let's just say this: if the games can look like how that Mario looked, then the system will do okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, fine, but that wasn't real.
But next
Okay,
gen, next gen,
that wasn't real.
2K on the go. That's what he wants.
No, but that's not. I mean, not even that. I don't fuck all that. I'm just saying.
You want Halo 5?
I'm just talking about the power. Because I think
Next gen doesn't even like Halo. He doesn't give a shit.
you know what I mean. I'm just saying, the power wise, I'm just saying if the games again, what was told to me, handheld games don't show well on TV. They don't. You know what I mean?
This is
Like,
gonna be
John
optimized for
said
that.
Zelda look
it's a
good.
fucking tablet. I like this. No,
Yeah,
like
Zelda
this.
did look good too.
Look, I don't think Zelda looks good. Now, look, I'm all
Hell
in.
no,
I'm
Zelda
all-
like
Zelda
an
don't
indie
look
game.
good.
I'm all in support for the
So
Nintendo Switch,
cell
but that Zelda
shading
does
looks
not
like
look
indie games
awesome.
now.
And that was the same Zelda
That
game
one
they
does.
showed for like 2 hours at the
Nah, it
E3
doesn't, bro.
Nintendo event.
Yeah,
The Mario looked good. Even so,
I think-
I'm not
so-
going to buy that kitty ass game Splatoon. Even though I heard it's fun to tell, I'm not going to mess with it.
Yeah,
But
Splatoon look like
the
trash.
Mario, but you know what? It's just time for me to get Nintendo. I'm gonna get a Japanese console in my house. And if
What about the Wii U?
Go on, Alex Jones. You tell him.
No, I'm not going backwards. I
Man,
seen
just
the
get a
I see-
PlayStation Pro and be done with it.
Hell,
You know what?
no.
You know what?
It's going to be one or the other. It's going to be
You
the
need to get
Pro,
that Pro,
or it's going to be the
nigga.
Nintendo. Whatever. Since I got my gaming PC,
Listen, let me tell you
I'm kind of
something.
not caring.
Hey,
but I
you
gotta-
about to get that? You get that PlayStation Pro, you can be playing all 2014 titles.
I know. What, Knack? They're remastering Knack?
Nah,
Exactly.
we
Yeah,
talking
they
about
are.
like Infamous
Knack-
and all
Knack
that.
gets
You gonna
a
be playing the
promo.
shit out of y'all, man.
Oh, hell.
Knack gets
Yeah,
a
all them
promo.
old ass games. All them old ass games.
I would buy a Pro. Listen, that's not even up for a discussion. I would buy a PlayStation way before Nintendo. How many times they gotta burn? How many times they gotta fuck me in my ass? Although I don't like Anal Sex.
You
Like,
hate
they just gave me the
Nintendo.
Yeah,
So
but I won't be buying. I won't be buying that for myself either. But I think the kiddies, and if it can have at least one teraflop of performance, I think it'll do well. Those guys will pick it up. They can play it in their car, put it onto the back of the car rest, snap
Right,
off
but
the
think about
sides,
it.
play it.
Nintendo games don't need crazy graphic fidelity, so they can push that.
But they
shit.
need third party.
Yeah,
You
but
can't-
third
some
party
of it-
games do.
You just had
Look
a
at the guy.
generation with no fucking
Okay.
third party support, and it's not selling. I don't.
I'm not playing Call of Duty on a fucking Nintendo
I
Switch.
ain't gotta be
That's just-
called to be whatever,
Yeah, but they at least gotta have
I'm
that
hearing-
option, B.
They'll have a few. They'll have a few.
Listen,
but
I
that's
want
all
to
you need.
ask everybody in
I-
here something. I
Go
want to
ahead.
ask everybody in here something. I'm gonna see
Go ahead,
just how much y'all BS about graphics. Okay, we seen how Zelda look, right? It's all cell shaded, cartoony, blurry as shit, all that kind of stuff. Then we seen the Mario video they showed in the commercial. And that Mario looked amazing. I give him that.
Two different art
But-
styles. Okay.
Have you ever seen that this dude on YouTube who makes all these mods where he
Yes.
makes those Unreal 4 engine mods of all the
Yes.
Nintendo characters?
I watched a video that you showed with that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Would you rather have games that look like that or the
That's
shit
what
that
I'm
Nintendo's
saying.
releasing right now?
That's what
Well,
I'm.
shit that looks like that.
But that Mario that they showed didn't look too off from the Unreal Engine one.
Okay, listen
Oh,
to this. Listen
hell
to
no,
this.
it didn't look shit like that Unreal Engine. Come
And
on,
let me
bro.
listen to this. Let me say this, okay? Because we always go back to this, right? Like no one, this people just don't. I don't know why I don't like to call Nintendo out on this, but we all would like a powerful goddamn console. The reason why we buy these fucking 4K TVs and HDR is because of graphics. We can't sit back and say that graphics are not important. Well, they're not gonna do graphics because Microsoft, and so it's a fucking gaming console. They, again, it's the exclusive that gives the console its identity. They can still fucking play the flute in the corner, but you gotta again, like, come on. The reason why the Wii U got its teeth cut, I bought one day one. You know what I mean? The 360 came out in 05, the PSP came out in 06. The fucking and remind you, the Wii U was an 8th generation console, which was the competition for the PS4 and the Xbox One. The main issue with the Wii U is when it launched, it didn't look no better than what we was used to playing for the last 7 to 8 years.
No,
Okay?
them games look pretty. Yeah, my Mario Kart looked amazing. Come on now, bro.
Bro, Mario wasn't no Mario Kart at launch.
No, not at
No.
launch. I'm not talking about launch. I'm talking about when it came out last year.
Yeah, it
it
looked
looked
good.
amazing.
It doesn't look nowhere near as good as Forza.
No,
Why the fuck would we want to fuck?
No,
But I'm-
Mario. Look, how can you compare Ford to compare?
Why not?
I just want to rob
You
my
want to say
shit
that,
and
but
throw a
that's
goddamn
what's
turtle
wrong.
shell and a banana at a motherfucker. I don't care about a goddamn. I'm not caring about a fucking Austin
Graphics?
Martin. when I'm playing motherfucking. Come on, next gen.
You're not getting it. You're not getting it. Take the
Okay,
crap.
okay, keep going.
Okay, this is what I'm
Zelda
saying.
does not look like Gears of War 4. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. Listen, what I'm saying is the reason why. Now we forget you have your diehard Nintendo fans, you have your diehard PlayStation fans, and you have your diehard Xbox fans. That's the minority. The majority are the casuals, right? We all that's where the money's be made at, right? So you're releasing a new console into the market that doesn't look any better graphically than what we've been used to playing for the last 7 to 8 years. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying.
Do you want to play a good looking game that sucks balls?
Think
about that.
I don't want to play a shitty looking game either. I'm not one to say gameplay, but I like. Listen, I like the ride. Listen, I like the story of Rise, but I guarantee you, if Rise looked like shit, I wouldn't have played it. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The reason that we upgrade from last generation to next year, the games look better graphically. If you don't admit that, you're lying to yourself.
Well, I'm going to say this next gen. You're downgrading a lot of PlayStation gamers because if it wasn't for like Bloodborne or Until Dawn, if you go to games like Dragon Quest, you know what I'm saying, and for other little smaller games, those games didn't look better. Those games look like they belong to some. Okay, hold on. What is that? God Eater on the motherfucking PC looks like dog shit. It doesn't even look that good. So come on, next gen. I mean, that's a fact. I mean, come on, Big Shadow can back me up on this.
Okay,
I was like, I'm gonna buy God.
Wait, wasn't God Eater a port from the Vita?
Yes, it's a port for the Vita that went to the PlayStation 4, and they had it available on Steam. And I was like, I'm gonna cop that shit. I'm gonna pay the 64.
Graphics, bro. And this is a prime example. This is a prime example of why developers get away of putting out shitty games. As long as it look good, motherfuckers will buy it. You know, you got to start worrying about the game.
I'm playing Bayonetta 2 right now. Best looking game on Wii U.
Oh, that's a nice game. I give them that.
Yeah. So you're telling me so if the graphics are going to look better than what Bayonetta is doing right now? That's all that you asked for. Look, Nintendo is saying, look, we're doing something different.
Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 for 3 years. Okay.
Right.
Now listen, I will say this: it's not. I think Nintendo is fucking themselves by saying it's a home console. So they just come out saying it's a handheld. I think they're fucking themselves. But they're marketing this thing as a home console.
Home console, yeah, I get it. Okay. I dig it.
Home console, I'm looking at graphics like Gears of War 4, motherfucking Uncharted.
Okay, now I got something for you, Z. I got something for you, Z.
Here we go.
So now that you found out, all over again. Now that you found out, Z. Now that you found out that this console is a successor to the 3DS. This console blows the 3DS out the water then, graphically.
I'm not into handheld gaming. I like nice graphics. I like,
Well, just leave it on your shit though, next gen.
Yeah, that's
right. Because I'm gonna call. I mean,
the last handheld with real graphics was the Vita.
Hey, check this out. Next Gen's first video said, after he's seen the impressions, he's copying one day one. Remember that?
They all listen. And I said, listen to this. Check it out.
That's what he wanted on his Christmas list.
You're absolutely right. But know what happened? Nintendo released that statement and said the games that they showed was not indicative of the product that's going to come out. I said, I'm not going to. That's Skyrim.
It's not finalized, but I mean, they are talking. I mean,
it's not finalized. They showed up. Even the Mario that they showed wasn't real.
Okay, if it does, next gen. This is what we'll give you. Okay, this is what we'll give you, and that's it because we know you hate Nintendo. God, you hate Nintendo. You hate Nintendo like I hate clowns. Watch, I'm gonna get a lot of people saying clowns. and check it out, right? So if their graphics is not up to par to what they showed on television, we'll give you 100%. I know you've been saying that. I'll give you the most praise. I'll make videos saying that next gen was absolutely right. But you know what? I'm still gonna get it because I just want a Nintendo product in my house.
Bro, listen, I'm not knocking you for that. I'm not saying it's wrong. Oh, but again, if their games will look, but listen to what you're saying. I want you to think about it. Their console comes out in 5 months.
Right.
Okay. If they, and listen, they got games. I don't think it was a stage that they could have showed. Working on their own, they could have showed their own games if their games looked that good. Okay. Now again, I don't know why maybe it's just the color of my skin. Same person told me about the DirectX 12. Same person told me about the Scorpio. Same person told me about the Pro.
Mm-hmm.
The console was not powerful. The reason why they didn't show their own games, because handheld games don't show well. What's the most? You look at the Nintendo Direct when they show the motherfucking 3DS game, everybody fucking falls asleep because they look like shit. So being, you know what I mean, portrayed with a big screen. That's all. I mean, I say if it smells like shit, it's most 9 times out of 10 is shit. I'm just saying if the console was, and again, I'm not saying what they showed with the Skyrim. I said the Skyrim looked good. It looked, when they took it away, it looked kind of shitty on that handheld. But again, it will be plugged up to my house, and whatever. And we was all under the perception that the docking station gave it more juice. We all thought that. That's not the case. You know what I mean?
Well,
so I'm like, oh, what the hell? So what? And again, this has been Nintendo rep. They was asking the questions. The Nintendo rep confirmed that all that is the actual console is the tablet. That's the brains, and it's just said for ease to put it onto a television and to charge the stand. A 3-hour battery life. Yeah, guys are talking about handheld. This motherfucker has a 3-hour battery life.
They'll enhance that. They'll add something better.
Well, I gotta say, if this thing is not comparable to I'm not saying on the same level as Xbox One. I'm saying comparable, like close enough where it's like, okay, it looks okay. And if it's not at a great price point, like lower than the Xbox One S, like lower than the vanilla PS4, it will fail.
Like you say Xbox, like the Xbox.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, D. This is my claim right now. You heard it first. And by the way, before I say what I'm going to say, hey, everybody show my boy Next Gen some love and hit that like button, man, for my boy, man. You know what I'm saying? He needs some help out here. Hit that. For me, I'm going to hit that goddamn dislike button. He's tired. I'm tired of talking about my goddamn Mario. You know what I'm saying? Princess Peach got a fat ass, and I want to see her again. What's wrong with y'all? Mario! Well, yeah, Princess Peach, baby. Anyway. No, for real. What I'm going to say is this. If D is absolutely right, and if Next Gen is right, I will say, fuck this shit. I am not getting a Nintendo Switch, and I will get me a PlayStation Pro. I'm going to get one of these Japanese motherfucking systems in my home. It's just that I haven't been so interested in so much of the PlayStation 4. I know that frustrates some PlayStation diehard fans, but I'm sorry, man. When you got a gaming PC and a fucking PlayStation, I mean, in the Xbox One Fat, and you still got an Xbox One S, life is good, man. I'm eating good over here, man. I'm sorry, but I do want to show love to either PlayStation or Nintendo because I've always had me multiple consoles all through every time that I've been gaming. So I got to get one. But if you're right, D, I will be pissed off, and I will give me a PlayStation Pro, and I'll show the video about it.
Another thing I said was the battery life. That's the only thing that worries me. I mean, maybe 3 hours. Well, I think they probably. I mean, everybody walks.
My phone lasts more than 3 hours.
Everybody walks around with battery packs now, so it ain't no deal.
I gotta say, Next Gen, like a damn your information, your track record. Everything you said, it came true. So I'm really hoping that they rework this because honestly, that product is $50. To concentrate on the graphics on everything. Yes, I agree, but I don't want it to look like I'm playing a 16-bit game. Come on, like you got to be at least comparable.
I said, say it again, your mic, but I can hear nothing you said. I don't know, but the audio broke up.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I know. I was saying that they just got to get with the times, man. They have to like rethink it if that's what the course that they're on now, and get some graphic fidelity in there because it has to be comparable to at least the Xbox One level. Like it has to look, decent. They could cut corn.
They looked about that. I got both of them. I don't.
Because we're now moving away from that generation. The next year we're going to be jumping into Scorpio, and some people are going to be jumping into PS4 Pro, leaving the slim, the vanilla versions behind, right? So it would have to be at least on par with those ones at a good price point for it to be successful. We know it's not going to be on par with the Scorpio or the PS4 Pro. It's not, and it's not designed to be that. But if it's Xbox One, PS4 sort of type of graphics, it'll do okay.
Let me ask you a question. And you're more of a tech guy than me. Now they did say custom Tegra, right? Which can mean That they didn't say Tegra 2.0, they say custom Tegra. It can be the Tegra downscale because of heat consumption. It can be custom. It can be more powerful or it can be weaker. You know what I mean?
It's more powerful because in their investment meetings, whatever, they were talking about it, and they actually they canceled their own Shield 2. And everyone was saying it's because they're putting it in this one. So I don't think it's going to be that weak, to be honest. I got to be honest. I don't think it's going to be weak.
Do you really think that their tablet thing going to have an 8-core processor in it?
Huh?
Do you really think that that's going to have an 8-core processor in it?
They're using. I don't know what they're going to be. It could have octa-core. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I just know that it's going to be the successor to the first one, and the first one was ahead of its time, and it was pretty good. And with their track record, how they go up in generations as they do the architecture, NVIDIA, I'm going to say it's going to be quite a bit more powerful.
But could you even, I mean, here's the thing, and again, I'm not saying I'm some techie smack guy, you know about this, but even comparing a tablet, or whatever tool, I don't see it being more powerful than the console. Not whether it's the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, even though they are using what you call mobile, quote unquote CPUs or whatever the hell, this thing is not going to be able to run Frostbite 3.0. You know what I mean? And it's not. And, which is a graphically demanding, and dice what they use or whatever the case, because already the creator from Mass Effect said that whatever's not coming to them. You know what I mean? That's like another code. And even if it was comparable, they can just show their own goddamn game. They wouldn't have to give us this make-believe sizzle reel.
I think they're going to show more in Tokyo Game Show, though. I think because that's one thing about that I got pissed off at, because they didn't show anything at E3, and I watched that boring ass conference where they showed what was it, 2 hours of showing Zelda, and then they showed that Pokemon game. Look, I agree with you, Next Gen, about the power. Huh?
Comes out with March.
Yeah, it comes out in March, but I think in Tokyo Game Show they're going to show some games, and then that's going to be the indication right there. That's going to be the indication right there of how powerful it is.
The Tokyo Game Show already happened. That was in August, September.
Was that already? I thought Tokyo Game Show comes out later.
It was summer already.
Oh, does it come out in the summer?
Yeah.
I thought that was the Paris show that comes out.
No, that was the other week. But Tokyo Game Show was over the summer.
So
we got everyone says October. We got November, December, January, February, March. You got about 5 months. This console comes out. Like, come on. I'm just saying, man. Sometimes a quack like a duck is a duck, man. That's all I'm saying. I think Nintendo will do this.
Porter Rock just tweeted that we'll find out more about Nintendo in January.
I know, January 29th. Even if that, what I'm saying, they're so fucking clueless. Like, again, you have a new hardware hitting the market. I think they should just come out and say it's a handheld, it's a successor. It is what it is. But you have new hardware coming out in November, and like you say, Dean, we already had the 360 the PS4 and the Xbox for 3 years, and we already moving away from that to quote unquote 4K HDR. You know what I mean? At a minimum, this thing, this is their 9th generation console. It should be on par with the fucking Pro. At a minimum, but we can't even give them that. It should at least be on minimal. Them releasing a console, whatever you want to call it, that's less powerful than what we have right now. We talk about something that came out in 2013. This thing is coming out in 2017. That in itself is a problem. Whether you like graphics or not, or whatever the fuck you're into, that in itself, we talking about you're releasing some shit that's now powerful, some shit that came out in 2013, and you don't think Nintendo's bugging the fuck out? That's crazy.
For the home console market, yes, I agree with you. It's just like Sony and Microsoft, how they've both fallen behind PC and they're trying to catch up to PC. Nintendo has fallen behind. Nintendo has fallen
and they're
behind.
Not trying to catch up.
Yeah, Nintendo's fallen behind Xbox and PS4, and they've fallen so far behind that it's hard for them to catch up. So in the home console,
they just say fuck it.
Yeah, I think they kind of are saying fuck it, but for the handhelds, they're still the king of that. So this is their way of keeping face, I guess.
And listen, I give you that. What I'm telling you is that I'm not disagreeing. I think that you think I'm disagreeing with y'all as far as the handheld. I think Nintendo. I know Nintendo is setting themselves up by marketing this as a home console when it's not.
I think they're marketed as a hybrid more so. Look, if Nintendo
fine, this is not my. Listen, I'm not giving you my opinion. This is per Nintendo. This is not the successor to the 3DS, the next handheld. This is a home console that you can take on the go. This is their angle. They want to run with this. This is their shit.
It's not a portable device if it only lasts 3 hours.
Well, if it lasts longer, then if the graphics are better than the Wii U, then it is a successor. I mean, that's a fact. Look, all Nintendo has to do is, like I said last week, if their policies are lowered compared to what it is now, and if they can add any type of any digital backlog of of their older games from the NES to the Super NES to the GameCube, it's a wrap. It doesn't matter what the graphics look like. It doesn't matter about anything, because if you can sit there and you can play any of their older games, it's a wrap. People will buy that shit like hotcakes, man.
Listen, you haven't had a Nintendo console in a while. That's nothing new. You can do that right now on the Wii U. You can do that right now on the Wii.
The Wii U was a mistake. Their marketing was bad. People didn't even think people thought the Wii U was a Wii, but an enhancement.
And it has no support, and that fucking tablet. The tablet was just horrible.
The tablet killed it. No support.
That fucking support. Tablet? Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, listen. I'm just saying, all those selling points you just named, K-Mega, you can do all that shit on the Wii U. All their old libraries, Excite, Mike Tyson, Punch Out. You can download all them shits, play them digitally right now on your fucking Wii. That's nothing new. That's not going to make this motherfucker sell. I'm sorry, like, there's not. The casuals don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? They want their pretty Call of Duty. They want their pretty Battlefield.
You can Pokemon Go on that big motherfucking screen. It's over.
Yeah. They don't give a fuck about that, man. This shit is not going to fucking sell. I'm sorry. They need to market this bitch as a handheld. All this home console shit, they setting themselves up for the okie do. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? I get it.
A portable device that transfers into a home console would be a better niche. But said they do it the other way around.
With that, I mean, that's
look at this. We got two people that made good comments, 2 points in the comment section. One guy said Nintendo has some of the greatest exclusives, but they have bad direction when it comes to consoles. So basically, they can't make a system for shit because they have all these great mascots, and they don't want to push them to their limits or their levels to what they should be by now.
Yes.
The other guy said, quick question. He said, I want to know why they releasing another DS this year, regardless if it's supposed to be a home console, that they would just kill the DS with it.
Well, they're talking about phasing it out in the next 2 years, so.
Yeah, but then his whole point was, why the hell they still releasing another handheld at the damn?
Because they can still make money.
Supposed to be a handheld.
Still make money off that shit, man.
Man, I don't know.
Bad business practice.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Nintendo give you a 3DS every goddamn year. 2.5. Nintendo horrible with
the
that,
new 3DS.
That's their thing. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
that's a 333 DSSS.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
The DSi, the fucking all that shit, man.
Z, you really don't like it. No, it's not that he said Z. No, it's not that I don't like Nintendo. I miss the
you don't
days
like Nintendo.
Of it being the big three do battling out, and I just don't like when people handle Nintendo with white glove. They're not some struggling indie company. Spend your fucking money, make a fucking, and again with this what they're giving us, we're not gonna steal. Again, Nintendo's not gonna have a presence on the internet. Why? Because you're not gonna see their games on Twitch. This mobile shit here. I thought at least the docking station turned into a console.
Like I told Porter,
you know what I mean?
The thing that got me worried is that during that commercial, did you guys realize that every time they showed people playing together, they were in the same vicinity? There was no online. Mm-hmm. So I think that kind of hinting that online is still not an option, or going to be a slim option.
System links like Bluetooth, like everybody got to sit together.
Like I said in my video, man, you try to go sit next to a broad playing NX, you getting pepper sprayed and a rape whistle.
Damn, that's crazy hell. Look, now Nintendo can get away with it because Nintendo is last and it pulls it. Like Mooch say, nostalgia is a hell of a drug. It's just a fact. He's not lying, man. I mean, look, I would be right on the set. I would be right with you and Shadows on this, but it's just something about this thing that just got me enamored. Like I got to get it. I want it.
I'm not negating that, and cool. I'm not. Well, I think, but what I'm saying is for this thing, the nostalgia, the casuals don't give a fuck about nostalgia.
Okay, but the casuals care about Pokemon Go. If you got a Pokemon Go 2 on that thing, it's a wrap.
You can't do Pokemon Go from a console. That's a handheld.
Yeah, but
game.
You can.
Because they got
GPS.
Well, you got them hackers that did it. They were cheating like a son of a bitch.
No, you got
people didn't care. They were still running the bus, get hit by cars and everything else.
The Nintendo Switch is gonna have the geo mapping and all that, so you could probably make it work.
Yeah.
That
Pokemon it wasn't a $65 game. You know what I mean? So it was free to play. Exactly.
That's what Nintendo's angle is. That's who they're going after. I understand what you're saying. They're not caring. I agree 100%. They're not focusing on the console market per se. They want people like me that still is tied to the coattails of saying, look, I still have this nostalgic love for Nintendo. I'm going to buy it just because. But they're after the mobile market. Let's not be fake about it. That's what they want, and I understand what you're saying. But the fact that they are saying that this is
that mobile market
a hybrid, look, it's the misdirection. They hit you up with the rope-a-dope by saying, well, it's a console, but then it's a portable device. It's not. But regardless, who cares? As long as that motherfucker functions and I can play the games that I want to, and if they add some 99-cent games to where you can play Candy Crush and shit like that, it's gonna sell because that's what it's catering to. That's what they're going after. Those casuals. Those casuals spend their money.
What you're saying is this. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just be clear. This. The handheld market is not spending $300 for a handheld. Okay. That big market that you're talking about, they didn't want to buy the 3DS at $250. Just be clear this, okay? And for this thing to have suitable graphics, like you say they may have, this thing is not going to be cheap. All right, we're talking about at least $400, $350 at a minimum, just to have something comparable to the Xbox One and the PS4 to have it smaller. The smaller it is, the more expensive. You know what I mean? So I got a list of shit here. I was trying to save from another video. Well, fuck it. You know what I mean? So I just want you guys to think of this. Even what Dean is saying is going to be comparable. This for it to be small. The bigger it is, the smaller it is, the more expensive it is. I want to be clear this, okay? So to think that again it's going to have these nice graphics and be in something real small is going to be more than $300. Okay, just be clear this, okay? So even in that aspect, you look at the Xbox One. Just look at it like this. The Xbox One, it made it a little slimmer. You know what I mean? You made it a little slimmer. And you know what I mean? Over time, all right? So, that's $300 for that console right there. For that tablet itself to be comparable with that, do you know how much that would cost? To be that small, to have that type of power? What you're saying. So, again, that's not really practical. And even for the handheld people that you're talking about, they're not spending $350 for a fucking handheld. All that nostalgia shit, until it's releasing a goddamn console for $60 with all those old games that people want to play. So you know what I mean? So even that virtual console, all that shit's been here since the Wii, the virtual console and all that shit. That's nothing new. You know what I mean? Now if it's not, man, all I'm saying is Nintendo would do much better, would suit themselves to say, hey, this is the new handheld thing. Leave that home console shit alone, because again, if they want by them put themselves in that market again, when it comes to Digital Foundry and they do the site, it's going to get raped, and they can't really run it. Still, these
nobody's going to care about Digital Foundry. You understand how Nintendo fans think? They don't care about. They're in their own world. How dare you even bring up Digital Foundry as
they can't make a world of these Digital Foundry fans that where they at? They're not buying these fucking consoles. The Wii U sold like shit
because people were confused. Their marketing was fucking shit.
We talk about Nintendo fans.
Their policies were shit. That's what people wanted to stream Nintendo games. Nintendo said no. They did the Yoshida. No, it didn't work.
Hey Z, make my screen full screen real quick.
Yeah, all right, hold on. You think that's going to change what their policies? They won't show us the goddamn consoles in January, 2 months for it to come out, and you think these policies are going to change?
Then you're absolutely right. If they don't, like I said, I've been saying this. If they don't change their policies, and if that price is too high, then yeah, they're gonna fuck themselves again.
Right, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
All right. This video that you see in the background, this is Zelda modified on a PC, Twilight Princess. That even looks better than a new Zelda game. and that's a game that came out on GameCube.
Let me share with everybody. Hold on, share. Is it everybody? The crowd, the audience can see it. That looks like shit. No. This is on the PC.
This is modified. This is modified on the PC.
Oh,
but it's like I'm just showing you the video of it.
Yeah, what's it using? Unreal Engine or something?
No, this ain't the Unreal Engine. Let me show you that one. Hold up, I'll do that one.
This looks like
now,
shit.
I'm gonna show you the Unreal Engine version. This is what they should have did instead of making that bullshit they got now.
While you at it, show the one that they showed from the trailer the other day too, the Nintendo one.
Yeah, this is
the Mario.
Okay.
I showed the Zelda too.
I'm gonna show you the Unreal one first, and I'll do that one next. I'm gonna do this is Majora's Mask not remaster. This is Goron City. Give me a second to load the screen up.
See, Nintendo had a great system with the GameCube. It was at that time the most powerful console, but they fucked everybody because they had them small discs. They was afraid of pirating. So that, and then it looked odd because it was all purple and shit. So
the GameCube?
Yeah. But
I like that wrestling game they had on there. It was ahead of the time for real.
Man, I mean, when you played SSX Tricky, or when you played Def Jam Fight for New York, that shit looked amazing. F-Zero, I mean, the graphics were stunning. It was the most powerful system at that time, but because of their policies and what they were trying to do, they screwed themselves.
The OG Xbox was the most powerful console.
The OG Xbox wasn't out at that time when the GameCube later. The GameCube came out first.
They came out the same year, 2001, the holidays.
There it is, right there. That's the Unreal Engine for Ocarina of Time.
Did they come out the same time?
Evolve. You see this shit here? Their game should evolve. Like, this is another issue that I had with Nintendo. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is. I mean, again, I don't, but they, like, Jesus Christ, it's the same. People say, well, Nintendo games, they perfect. They don't need updates because they don't fucking step outside the fucking the outside the circle. They do the same old two-step. The same shit.
See, this is the one made by a fan. This is a fan-made version.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Enhancement. Yeah.
That looks pretty good. You know what I mean?
Look at the graphics on that shit.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. You know what I mean? And then Nintendo they tell, like, I don't understand these motherfuckers, man. They reach out to the fan and tell them to take the shit down. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like you get people talking about your games and this, that, and the other. Even like, their policy haven't changed. You know what I mean? When people videos they struck with copyrights after the live stream, and Nintendo ain't changed, bro. They still on the same shit.
I got one more for you, Z. Hold up. This shit gonna trip you out right here when I show you this.
Yeah, Nintendo's policies are fucking balls. If they don't change their policies, why even bother?
That's what I'm saying.
Why bother?
It's the policies that hurts. It's their policies and how the policies is the main thing. Look, you can say all what you want to about the Wii. What killed the Wii was the fact that their policies were so shitty towards content creators.
That's Mario. Look.
This Mario, I actually played this. There's on PC. There was you could download like a little demo of it and you could play it. I actually played it. It was pretty dope. Can't even lie.
This is where Mario should be at right now.
This is what Mario should be at by now.
Yeah, or you higher. Look at this shit here.
That's crazy, man.
That's nice.
Kick a deer, kick a deer, kick it.
You know what I mean? This is what it should be at right now, man. Not that, like, I having fun. That's what I was saying. Like, I said that I've grown up with Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't grown up. With me, like, like their games haven't evolved. Like, I'm okay, all right, that's cool. I'm not going out there at midnight to stand in line to get some me Mario. I get pulled over by the police, and somebody got a Megan alert. seen this big guy in the GameStop line with dreads picking up Mario Party 8. He must have had a motherfucking Megan alert on me and shit, man.
If Mario come out looking like this, I'll buy that shit tomorrow.
Yeah. Now this way shit.
Or no?
What's
you
up,
know what I mean? I said, did you like Wind Waker?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't like it at first. I played it like 3 times before I finally liked it. Like, he doing a flip and everything like that.
Like, this is hot right here. You know what I mean? Whatever the case is. Dope. You know what I mean? Like, I would be excited about a Mario game that looked like there's something that, you know what I mean? You know, you said when you play, it stops. Oh, yeah, must go. You know what I mean?
Said the news
sometimes as far as them evolving, you have to. You know what I mean? And again, besides their policies that Nintendo refuses to conform with time, all that establishes they got them nowhere with their teeth kicked in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they have to look like we're the you know, they grew up on Nintendo. You know what I mean? And so many of us have left Nintendo, whether they went on the PlayStation, went on the Xbox or whatever, even though that shit may hold a special, you know, place in your heart. But the problem is, and if you guys understand what I'm saying, is with Nintendo, is that not everybody has quote unquote accessible to have multiple consoles in their home, right? And you only for how much you love Nintendo, you can't just have a Nintendo console and be satisfied. You know what I mean?
There's Luigi right there. That's his game.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that in itself is a problem. You know, before back in the day, if you just had the Nintendo, or whether it's Nintendo or the Super Nintendo, you were fine. To me, their last good console was the GameCube. You know what I mean? Like, that was it, you know?
Hey, maybe we should... Sorry, guys. Maybe we should cut the stream here. The guys in the chat, they're saying that the stream is all messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
So, yeah, that's what they're saying. So maybe we should just kill this video here.
We should just kill this whole Nintendo topic, and we go and talk about this every damn week until
Nintendo
I want
to. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about these idiots out there taking Cerny's words and thinking that the PS4 is 8.4 teraflops of compute performance. Oh,
hey, before you get started on that, D, I just want to give a shout out to our boy that's been missing in action.
Before we...
You hear me? Okay. Oh, I heard a feedback. Okay. Before I get started, anyway, let me say this. I want to give a shout out to my boy Porter Rock 77 or Barney Rubble 77 because his ass is in some kind of camp right now, hiding like a motherfucker. Because anytime there's something bad with PlayStation happens, his ass comes on the podcast because he knows when he starts talking that dumb shit, he gets fired up. He gets fired the hell up. But now, when something good's happen for Sony, all of a sudden he comes on to the show. What's up, everybody? K-Mega, what? K-Mega, what? No. Hey, Barney Rubble, what? Where the hell are you at? PSC down. Great. You know what I'm saying? The Pro is supposed to be overheating and shit. They bringing back Knack in this motherfucker. What the fuck, Porter Rock? You the PlayStation guy. Let us know what the hell is going on. Okay, all right, D. Let it roll. I just had to let Barney Rubble know what the fuck is going on in this bitch.
So have you guys been hearing these guys talking about it, saying that it's 8.4 teraflops of performance, more powerful than the Scorpio? Have you guys heard that shit?
Yes, we heard that shit. I made a video on that shit. That shit was funny as hell, man. These dudes.
Oh my god, man. These guys. First of all, I'm just gonna break it down real quickly in layman's terms. First of all, he's talking about fucking theoretical numbers. Okay. Mm-hmm. Second of all, games are made with 32-bit instructions. They're not made with 16 bits. Now, the process that they're talking about is using a half float, and they're able to cram two 16-bit instructions together concurrently. Right? Yeah, so they can do it concurrently, and sometimes it finishes faster than the 32-bit instruction. But the thing is, you can't use it for all things. You can use it for like A8, anti-aliasing, like loading in something a little bit quicker for like transparencies, like for effects. You can't put it on 4K textures. You can't put it on the textures because 32-bit instructions require 32-bit instructions. Not everything can be done with 16 bits. So it's like this theoretical number, and they hang on to this 8.4 teraflops. The system is a 32-bit single precision system that can do 4.2 teraflops of computational power. That's it. End of story. He's using theoretical numbers for effects, and basically what it does is it helps with the compression, and they're able to okay, you know what? I'll break it down. Okay, the real advantage over 8-bit or 16-bit binary integers is that the increased dynamic range allows for more details to be preserved in highlights and shadows for images. Now, the advantage of doing two 16-bit precision instructions over it is that it requires half of the storage and the bandwidth. So basically, they're going to get a little bit extra bandwidth, and some things might render like 20% more. But it's not going to fly on specs.
What?
Mark Series a fucking engineer that he's God, and what he says is gold, and this is bullshit. It's 4.2 teraflops.
Okay, D, next gen, and whoever else in B Shadows got tech guys. Let me ask this question. Okay, a game like he was, shout out to Xbox 448 and Don that was giving me some insight on the buses and how that you do the splits of these of these buses and things like that. Okay, could a game like Uncharted 4 be split up to where you could like enhance the graphics, or is it does it has to run on the 32-bit or system or engine or whatever for it for the game to work? Can they split it up to where they can expand the game to make it look better, or will it look worse if they do the split?
It would look worse if they tried to do it, because you lose efficiency, you lose image clarity with 16-bit instructions. The shaders aren't as good, so you get like better bandwidth because you get better bandwidth, but at the same time you lose image quality, you lose precision, and you lose range. So you can't make it as detailed. So no, they could. I don't know if they could use certain parts of the 32-bit game as 16 bits for like effects. Like for effects, they might be able to maybe crank out better shadows or something, but as far as making it graphically your textures and whatnot, no, it can't.
They can't.
It's very misleading. So what they're gonna basically do is make it like a 16-bit game. Use this half float trickery, to get up to 4K, but it's not gonna be like a high texture, high res quality. It's gonna be like games like Mantis, like little indie games that'll be able to use it. Like the games that they're getting at
the little pro-am looking game that they're showing.
Sports games and fighters, something that's like
But the sports games and fighters are not going to be using that method for it anyways, because with the 4.2 teraflops, these sports games are easy to run. So 4.2 teraflops, it can get 4K 60 frames high settings. So they're not even going to use that 16-bit.
No, I was saying with sports games and racers and fighters is easy to achieve 4K or 1080p. Is what I'm saying. Not they're going to use that method. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Sorry, there's a lot of feedback. I couldn't hear. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, I got a NFZK 4.0. So you're gonna bet? I'm asking, would you bet your rent money that the PlayStation 4 Pro is going to be more powerful than the Scorpio? Because Microsoft just reconfirmed that it's the most powerful console ever. NFZ 4K 4.0. What kind of fucking name is that, bro?
Okay, you know what?
No, next
okay. I gotta say this for these fucking idiots. Okay, listen. It's a 4.2 teraflop fucking system. If they use 16-bit half floats, they can get 8.4 teraflops out of 16-bit games that have half the fucking detail. Okay. Number two, they said that they borrowed this from a generation beyond, which is Vega. So Vega obviously is going to have this in it. The Xbox Scorpio is obviously running Vega. So if the Xbox Scorpio choose to run the half float dual 16-bit instructions, they would have 12 teraflops at 16-bit instructions. So like, end of story. Like, it's a more powerful system no matter how you guys want to spin the numbers. Okay, I'm done with this. Sorry.
Nice. And see, this is the thing I wanted to add is that, okay, a lot of these PlayStation guys are listening to one dude. I listened to his video today, and he was spazzing. He was tripping. Like, Microsoft is lying. They're lying. How are you going to say that they don't have 4K games? And then he shows NBA 2K, and then he shows the Pro-Am Indie. And then he talks about then he shows some article which any nasty looking motherfucker that's sitting there scratching his balls and ass could type up any goddamn thing and say that the PlayStation Pro is the best shit since sliced bread. Anybody could do that shit. I mean, the same for
Dark Cloud. Yeah, that nigga there weird, man.
Yeah, so it was weird. So he was tripping out, right? So like. This is the thing right here. This is the indicator to all indicators that should shut everybody from the PlayStation camp that believes this shit. And I don't mean no disrespect, but this is just fact. There were developers on the Scorpio advertisement that put themselves out on a limb. We're talking about from Bethesda to dude from that made Quantum Break, etc., that were saying this is the most powerful console. They're really going for it. Just go back and watch that. Watch that reveal. Those are developers getting out there and putting their necks out. If the Scorpio is not supposed to be the most powerful console, saying this multiple. Why Cerny didn't bring this up during the PlayStation Pro reveal, and why is there not any developers opening their mouth and standing behind this shit? This is common fucking sense, people. Common sense. I can spaz out too, but you know what? I'll bring the goddamn facts instead of bringing out that rhetoric to let you motherfuckers be dancing out at Home Depot at 3 o'clock in the morning happy as shit. Let's be real about this motherfucker, man.
Here's the facts now, okay? A developer, I think it was 2 days ago, came out and did an interview. And here, I'm just going to read an article here. Since then, Sony has downplayed the overwhelming power deficiency the Pro had in comparison to the Scorpio. Mark Cerny recently deployed by Sony to spin the lack of performance and ability to reach true 4K visuals. Cerny didn't disappoint after the announcement that the PlayStation 4 Pro was capable of using new technology that allows a 32-bit system to switch to 16-bit floating points, also known as half floats, to give the system a boost in computational efficiency. Using questionable math, Cerny concluded that the PlayStation 4 Pro was officially capable of 8.4 teraflops of computational performance. Now, this is the wrong article. Sorry about that. But I gotta pull it up. The Titanfall dev came out and said that it's not possible to do native 4K on the Pro because their game is not going to be able to do native 4K. They're going to be upscaling it, Titanfall 2, from I think like 1400p. And they said for true 4K performance, you need at least 6 teraflops of computational power. If someone there could pull up the article, I had the article here. I don't know what happened to it. The wrong article.
Was it on your gamer or Digital Foundry?
This is icxm.net.
Xbox Mad.
Yeah, it's on there. I don't know why I put up the wrong
XboxMad.net. All right, I got it. All right,
but it's on there. I read it anyway. So it was a Titanfall dev. You just Google it.
Yeah, you're talking about it wasn't strong enough to do.
So because their game is getting Titanfall 2 is getting pro support, and this is 2 days ago. He said the system is not powerful enough to do native 4K. He says you need a lot of GPU grunt to do it, and that the PlayStation 4 Pro does not have enough at 4.2 teraflops. And he said in order to do 4K uncompromised, you need at least 6 teraflops of computational power. This is the dev that is working on Titanfall 2 on the PlayStation 4 Pro saying this. Yet you have these fucking ass clowns saying the console is 8.4 teraflops. If the console was 8.4 teraflops, it could do 4K 60 frames per second. No fucking problem. No need for the checkerboard method. Like, are you kidding me? The GTX 1080 is 9 teraflops. That's only like a 0.6 more teraflops. And it's doing 4K 60 frames per second. Come on, man. This is not a true native 4K gaming system. And Sony's just out there fucking spinning it because they know their system is weaker and they want to get as many sales and as many suckers as they can.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
He's biting out.
I think the ninja's got his ass. He was dropping that Malcolm X for us.
He sure the hell was. He said by any means necessary, I'm gonna give the facts to you. They shut his ass down like they did PSN yesterday. Man, look. All I know is this. If you want to get the Pro, which I probably most likely might get the Pro, you know what I'm saying, if next gen is right now. I don't know if he's gonna be right now, but
Hey, listen, I say it's never bet against black, bro.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. I hate the way that Sony is downplaying everything to just they put themselves in this precarious situation where they thought that the whole power discussion was going to work for them, and I guess because they thought, just like a lot of people thought, that Microsoft was not going to show love to the Xbox brand, was kind of wanted to phase it out like those rumors were. If you go look at what the Microsoft event reveal was, everything was kind of catered around it all to one infrastructure. So Microsoft, the Xbox is there, it's here now, it's not going anywhere. It's a part of the whole infrastructure. So PlayStation once thought this power, and they thought that they could keep on doing it. They thought they could just keep selling it, and Microsoft would just have this vanilla ass Xbox One fat. And now the reality is come and hit. The sleeping giant is up. They're like, oh, we have plenty of money to spend to make this console. Now we hear the rumors already that, oh shit, 2018, 2019, PlayStation 5, Sony is not coming off that type of money to make all of these consoles all in one. If they do that, if that's a reality, then you're not going to get any games. It's going to go back to the indies that was at the beginning of the generation. You just think about it, man. It's going hand in hand, man. You want your games, you're going to have to accept what PlayStation is giving you right now. And if they're going to lie to you, why would you want to support that? Everybody that got sense knows that this is not logical. That's what I'm saying. Why is there no developers out? There's not even one developer that are. I mean, hell, Zappella, he's over here sold out his soul to fucking Sony, and he ain't even showing no love to this 8.4 teraflops bullshit. Come on, guys, think about this. This is real, man. Come on, guys.
And next year, these same guys that are ranting and raving saying that it's 8.4 teraflops, when Scorpio comes out, these are going to be the guys that are going to be pissed off the most, man.
Yes.
If you're going to get the PS4 Pro, that's fine. I am picking up one, and I know why I'm picking up one. I'm picking up one so that my PSVR games will look a lot better. Now, if you're picking up your PS4 Pro and you know that it's not going to give you native 4K, that it's just going to upscale your games, fine, get it. But if you think you're going to get 4K native off of AAA games,
you went out
them off again.
You know what? I would say this also. It's not even because I wish they would have went with the a better CPU. You're not even getting a 1080p, a locked 60 on graphically demanding games. Look at fucking Tomb Raider. It's 1080p, 42, 40 frames. You know what I mean? So that in itself is like, you think you're gonna get 4K, but you can't even do a 1080p locked 60. They were saying, I don't know. I hope they fix it, but they were saying that Call of Duty ran better on the standard PlayStation 4 than it did on the
Pro.
On the Pro. You know what I mean? I'm like, in that.
But that Call of Duty is a piece of shit anyway.
But
whatever the case,
look,
saying, but
this company can't even get their internet right, man. They got hit with a damn with a cyber attack. If they ain't got their network right, what makes you think they're gonna go all in on their console, man? That's the shit that I'm talking about, man. You are paying $60 now for PSN, and it's dog shit. It's piss water. It's urine. It's garbage. You know what I'm saying? And people just came from maintenance I heard a couple of days ago, and then they get their shit shut down. Come on, man. I mean, I know I sound like, I know Shadows, he's probably shaking his head like this damn boy is gone. He is gone.
You sound like me with Nintendo.
You ain't gonna let the shit down, man.
I have so much love for PlayStation when it was nice. When Trenton left, it's over. When the god of PlayStation left, it's over, guys, and it makes me sick to my stomach.
Can't make a headline for PlayStation when it was paradise. Now it's dog shit.
It's piss water, man. Come on, man.
Hey Z, everybody wants you to have a debate with Hip Hop Gamer. They said they want you to take his belt.
I've said that up for 3 years. I've been trying to set that up for 3 years. He's been running for 3 years.
Man, you don't want to have no debate with Hip Hop Gamer, man. Hold the belt.
Is this the same guy that says that PS Now is better than Microsoft backwards compatibility? That joke was crazy as hell, man.
No, that was Jabari that said that shit. He said PS is better than Xbox Live.
Oh yeah,
Hip Hop Gamer said that shit, man. He had a whole.
Did he say that shit too? Oh my god!
So this joker here bugging. You know, I had his back for a while. He's my black brother. Ain't too many of us here. And you know, I
defended him.
Yes,
I defended him when some old racist ass mother lover in his comment section said you can't be no black journalist, and I gave that dude the business in that comment section. Yeah, and then Hip Hop Gamer a year later makes me look bad.
He made us all look bad because I defended him too. I was like, man, I was a so support. I watched him before I watched Next Gen's videos. I was like, man, you know what hip hop is doing is exactly where I want to be, you know, to get the interviews. And then this motherfucker gonna sit there and ask the great Harada, the maker of Tekken, some crazy shit, like just fucked it all up. Just like, how you gonna ask this man this question about Street Fighter? And you know it's exclusive to PlayStation, right? So how about you collaborate, you know, Street Fighter with Tekken? Motherfucker, what the fuck, man? Asking the man about Tekken 7. Tekken 7. That's what we want to know. Tekken 7.
Man, he got that motherfucking do-rag on too tight, bro.
Yeah, man. I said, and then he's like, hold the belt. Hold the belt. I said, man, Harada don't want to hold that goddamn belt. Man, you see how the white boys be looking at him, man? He be embarrassing the shit out of us. God damn.
Be like, I'm a grown-ass man, dog. I ain't trying to hold a damn belt.
Oh, man. Oh man, yeah. I love you though, Hip Hop Gamer, man. At least you further around me.
Man. That motherfucker got bit on his ass by a raccoon. He compared to do bad review scores for the order to racism. Yeah. That nigga there, man. Yeah. We got our own racial.
Oh yeah, when he made that video, I was like, wow.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What killed him though? What killed his channel was that he made that one video about how did nobody force you to buy Street Fighter and it was an incomplete game and all this kind of shit. And he tried to defend that corporate slavery shit about, you know, you paid for it, it's your business, nobody forced you to get it, and it ain't Street Fighter 4, so don't be trying to pretend like it's Street Fighter 5. If it ain't got no features in it, ain't the same game. I'm like, you defending them screwing everybody over? He was pro company, dude. I was like, wow.
Yeah, and I think that
nigga's Uncle Tom, bro.
That was the nail.
Dude, that video had like 20,000 dislikes and about 1,000 likes. They fucked that whole video messed his channel. He lost I think he thought like what is it, like 15,000 subs because of that one video.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man. Capcom will never do an exclusive fighting game ever again after this, man. After this, no.
Even in story mode he got now, that game's still shit.
The game is still trash. I mean, the mechanics, the graphics are absolutely beautiful. The mechanics are fantastic. Yeah, but man, the story mode, just the lack of features, and it took so long. That story mode was trash.
Why does it kill them so much to give it a fucking arcade mode? What fucking fighting game does not have an arcade mode?
You know what it was?
Like, seriously.
It got one though, didn't it? Eventually?
Yeah, they got it.
You still get an arcade mode where you can play against anybody you want to?
No, I thought you were talking about story mode. Yeah.
Survival mode. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit's whack.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just that they had to have it out for Evo. You know what? If they was going to do that, they should have did it like Killer Instinct, $20, you know, or whatever. Or, you know what I mean? They had people.
We were talking about Street Fighter next gen. No, they didn't need to do that. They already did was Fight for Crumbs. All they needed to do was make the game complete. Street Fighter would have been fun.
They had to have it out by, you know.
No, what he's saying is they should have charged you less for it and then just
you're right.
What made it bad was that you paid $60 because I bought the collector's edition. I bought a $100 version. You see the Ryu behind me. And you paid, those that got the regular editions paid $60 for a $20 for content. You know what I mean? That's what made, and comparing to what you see what NetherRealm Studios, the creators from Mortal Kombat, was doing, all the DLC, the character, they was like that just took a shit on, Street Fighter. And again, and not to be on some put fanboy shit aside, because I am a gamer. But for the franchise to live on, there was just an article, I was reading it, that it sold less than 100,000 copies between April to September.
Yes.
That's bananas.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
nobody buy that shit.
I don't know if they can work a deal out. Like someone they did what EA and Microsoft did with allow Mass Effect 1 to go to PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To ensure the the life, the life of the goddamn franchise, man. Capcom be hurting for money. Like that's crazy, man. Man, like Sony. I don't know. Like you can't say, "I'm gonna slap the shit out you, little girl." Yeah, they we talking about Xbox guys not buying their exclusives. That shit right there. We talking about an iconic established IP. So like that's horrible. You know what I mean? That's really bad. No,
yeah, and that's right. That's the thing. I mean, everybody loves Street Fighter, man. I mean, that's into fighters. I mean, I thought it would. I was getting the PlayStation. I've said this numerous times. I was going to get the PlayStation bundle with Street Fighter. I had it already. I was telling Shadows. I was telling 100. I was telling everybody. I'm like, man, I cannot wait to get. You gonna finally get a PlayStation? I'm gonna get a PlayStation 4. I cannot wait. And Shadows saved my life. Saved me, because man, if you think I'm a fanboy now, you would. I wouldn't even think about PlayStation shit, because if I bought that system for that game, and seeing how it was compared to when I bought it on the PC, and I paid it wasn't as much as you paid, but I paid $80 because I got the season pass as well. And I was excited, like, man, and I seen what this was. I said, man, what the hell is this? This is a Street Fighter, like, and then plus they did the change to where they didn't want the projectile characters to be as powerful as they have been in the past. So they made it more, close up fighting, which I'm cool with. But you know what I'm saying? It was just so limited. There wasn't nothing there. And I mean, damn, there wasn't even a tutorial at the time when the game first launched. I'm like, what is wrong with this? It was bad, man, all the way around, man. Just bad.
Capcom's fucking done, man. They've been done. Like, what have they done that's been good? Like, what is that game that's supposed to come out for the PS4 from like launch? That like Dungeon and Dragon kind of game. Where the hell is that game?
Deep Down.
Yeah, where the hell is Deep Down? Like, I don't know.
I heard Capcom, report a couple of I think like it was in August that they said that they were still working on the game. That was it.
Capcom's done, and then the next one that's done too is Konami. Fuck them guys, man.
Well, if this is what can save. This could save them if they could work out a deal with Disney, because they said Disney lowered that. Not the ban, but they're allowing other third party people to make their games now. So if they could get back a Marvel vs. Capcom, I think they'll be in good shape. And if Resident Evil 7 sells well, I think that they'll be back on the right track. But they got to start doing more than bringing all these remasters, man.
They doing everything wrong, brother. Now, one thing I hate about Capcom right now, okay, Street Fighter 5, I get it was a failure. We'll give them that. But you remember they released Street Fighter Cross Tekken. They was making a Cross Tekken versus Street Fighter with the Tekken graphics. Then they ended up pulling the plug on that to focus on Tekken 7. And you know what their excuse was about them not making the game? They said, we don't want to have to divide the fans.
I was waiting for that.
What the fuck?
Me too.
I know everybody was. We didn't want to divide the fans. Yeah, I don't understand what they meant by it. That was a dumb excuse of saying we don't have enough money to finish the project.
Oh wow!
But the whole thing is they're losing so much money. This is the real reason why they're consistently re-releasing the same old shit over and over. Yeah. Here's another HD remaster of 5 and 6 and 4 and 3. They can't afford to make anything new.
And in the process, they fall further and further behind the technology. Look at these fucking games they're releasing. They look like shit. Okay, Street Fighter.
Even Resident Evil 7. Okay. Even Resident Evil 7 looks like trash. That's why they had to make it to a VR game to make it sell. That game looks like ass compared to the other Resident Evil.
Street Fighter looks good, but it's a fighter. It's not that complex to make, right?
Hey yo, hey D, I see you argue with 23 Savage in the comments section.
Savages, yeah, that shit is hilarious, man. He came in here and started calling everybody names, man. Man, we just talk about video games. You better not be no grown ass man up in here talking shit like with me being in the shop, bro. Dirty dick. So ass out of here talking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm just sick of that. Look, okay, that dude that we was talking about that I was saying that was telling to say that Microsoft was lying about the Scorpio and all that stuff. Okay, my boy Kid Smooth came in the comments and said something to him. I didn't read everything. I just seen at the end the dude was like, "You want to see me? I'll whoop your ass, Punksy." Look, I get ever since I've joined BGST, I got all types of hate coming at me, shade from all across. I just sit there and I ignore it or I answer back and I'm just like, why do you have this problem with me like that when we're only talking about video games? I mean, look, man, this is I know you love PlayStation or whatever. We're grown. We're fucking grown. I'm not 13, 14, 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's get real with this. So nobody's going to meet your corny ass at the Shy. You take your motherfucking ass out there and hope that Chicago wins the goddamn pennant. Worry about that shit, bro. Talk about some goddamn video games. Punk motherfucker, get your ass out of here. Shit.
Yeah, the other company, to go back to what D said, he said Konami too. Did y'all know that? Remember how we've been waiting for a sequel to Contra, right?
Yeah.
So, we know Contra 1 and 2 came out on on regular Nintendo. They released Contra 3 on Super Nintendo. Yeah, and we've been waiting years for them to make another Contra. Guess what they did? They quietly released
a cell phone game
4 on the damn DS.
Yeah. I would, yeah.
So
again,
Contra
like
4 right now just got released on the 3DS. I'm like, who the fuck? Like, really? We've been waiting on a sequel to Contra. You put the shit on the 3DS?
No, check it out. I said the same thing for Sega. You know what these do? Like all these companies like Capcom and I really like besides Street Fighter, but like you got the Capcoms, the Konamis, who's the other company? Capcom, Konami. Anyway, those two, like Sega. And they got all these classic IPs, right? They're just sitting on. What they should do is release $20 titles, like for the the PS4 and the Xbox One, even with next generation graphics, like keep, the same game, and do them in next generation graphics, you know what I mean? That should be ill, that's how you get people back into the franchise, you know what I mean? Doll that shit up, with some next gen shit, Golden Axe in 4K. Can you imagine that bitch, that hack and slash in 4K with some Unreal Engine 4 or some shit? Like that's all you got to do.
Well, bring back some of that. I mean, bring back like Marvel versus Capcom, or like bring a Marvel versus Capcom pack.
Well, they got too many legal things with that now. With
Well, I know that, but Disney. That's what I'm saying. But Disney kind of they changed their policy now. So if they could do that, just think if they could do a remaster of all of those in one pack and they sell it for $40, man, they would make so much money. Or Professor X, he made a great point, like Street Fighter versus Marvel. Oh my God, like that would be so sick. Like they got so many properties, and you might be right, but what about Onimushu? Bring back Onimushu. I know there's Neo, but there's nothing like Onimushu or Onimushu.
They could have brought back Tenchu and all them. They just never did it.
It's kind of pathetic how
I'm glad
still ain't putting out no shit.
No, they ain't putting out Rival Schools. How many people out there remember Rival Schools? Bring that back.
Everybody do. Project Justice, man. It's classic.
Yeah, Bloody Roar. Bring back
Star Gladiator. I mean, they had countless gems.
Who made that?
But
I don't know who made the shit till Shinden. Was it Sunsoft?
Yeah, somebody like that.
Yeah,
I'm glad Z brought up people going out of business, because you remember the guys who made Sleeping Dogs just went out of business, right?
Yeah, that's
so. The people who made Sleeping Dogs just closed their studios. Yeah. So what's funny about that is, look at this. They was making that online game, and they was also making that other game on Steam. They just got the releasing, right?
Smash and grab.
Smash and grab. So when it came down to it, when they closed down, somebody posted a news article and said the real reason their studio went under is because they didn't make a sequel to Sleeping Dogs 2. So I was just like, wow. So all they had to do was release another Sleeping Dogs after 5 years, and they would have been still successful. But they put all their money into them other 2 projects.
In the mobile games, yeah, because they try to follow suit. That's ridiculous, man.
Sleeping Dogs was successful. Why the hell would you not make a sequel to it?
Great.
And not to mention all the DLC. Remember how every time they released the DLC for Sleeping Dogs, you remember every DLC pack they released for that was like another 10 to 12 hours of gameplay.
What DLC pack was large. All I remember was a zombie one. That's it.
Hell no, they got 5. They got like 5 DLCs for it. And they're like each one of them is like 12 or 15 hours long. So it's like adding new games added on to the one that's already there. Hold up, I'll tell you which one they are. I got them on my Steam account.
Yeah,
they can probably sell. Well,
sell it's Protoss X. My bad, Protoss.
Sell that shit to motherfucking Activision. Shit.
No, hell no. Hell, Activision's the worst, man. Don't do that all day. No, don't do that.
Soul, bro, they own you already. They got your soul.
Somebody said
they don't got my soul.
Out of Contra collection.
Yeah, they got it.
They could. I'm not buying Con. I mean, my son's gonna buy it. He showed videos of him busting ass, but I ain't.
They got it through your bloodline, bro.
It ain't through my bloodline. I'm not buying it. I'm happy with my Battlefield, huh?
Your son got it.
D, you and that dude.
Because he goes in the tournament. He plays in tournaments. He goes and plays in those tournaments and shit. So that's
exactly.
Well, I mean,
these are all the.
So we'll go back home to Halo. That's where I'm to go.
To answer your question, these are all the DLCs that came out with it. They came out with Year of the Snake, Wheels of Fury, Law Enforcement Pack, Zodiac Tournament, Gangstyle, Drunken Fist, Ghost Pig, Nightmare in North Park, the SWAT. Damn, they got a shitload of stuff on here. Top Dog, the Red Envelope.
Triad. Yeah, I don't know if that's gameplay. That might be like.
Well, these are packs that add on like the clothing for the missions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But as a total, they have 1, 2, 3. Hold on, let me see. 1, 2, 3,
like
4. Dragon's Dog was great.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They had 9 real DLC full games packs. So to have 9 DLCs with each one on with 12 to 15 hours or more gameplay, that's a hell of a lot of DLC.
That's crazy. I never heard none of that. Maybe the marketing was terrible.
But listen, but on that note, this is going on 10 o'clock at night. You've been here since 8 o'clock.
Damn, yeah, man. We're going long, man.
Y'all beat the fuck out my legs tonight.
Fuck your couch.
Shit. Yeah,
hey, it was a good show, man.
It's comparable to the Xbox One. What are you talking about? Dirty dick nigga. It's comparable to the Xbox
Oh, man.
Oh, accident. It's comparable to the Xbox One. Like, oh, man, this nigga is. But now, listen, man, thank you guys.